You know that it's fun to go out, except I never leave my house. I'm either at work or home, and it seems kind of pathetic just drinking alone. So if you got nothing going on, have some drinks with Ron.
Hello and welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron, and this is what's left of my drink. It is actually a home brew, if you can believe this. I started brewing beer a little over a year ago, and after I started, put it on Facebook, telling anybody who would listen. One of my aunts saw it on Facebook and said, "Well, Grandpa used to brew beer." No, didn't know that at all. She said, "Well, if you're looking for bottles," well, that's what it was. I was looking for bottles. I put a thing on Facebook, said, "I need empties." She said, "Well, Dad used to brew beer. If I can take a look out of the house, see if he's got any of his left." Shut the fuck up. I had no idea. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, God, wouldn't it be great if we could find his recipe somewhere?" And Grandpa's been dead like, I don't know, fucking 4 or 5 years, it seems like already. Going fast. Anyway, I was like, wouldn't that be great? We could find his recipe. So after Grandma died, we started cleaning the house out. I went out one of the first few big cleaning sessions. Sure shit. Top drawer of Grandpa's dresser. Grandpa's fucking recipe. 6 gallons of water, 3.5 pounds malt, 3 pounds sugar, compressed cake yeast. He was using actual fucking cakes of baking yeast back then, I believe the 60s. 2 handfuls of hops. And I think that's how they do it at Dogfish Head. They measure them in handfuls. And then he's bottle carbonating each one with 1/3 tablespoon of sugar. I'm putting them in the whole batch. So anyway, I took it up to Wine and Hop Shop, had it cloned, and they tell me that 2 handfuls of hops would be about an ounce, which is light for most recipes these days. Everything's fucking hop crazy anymore. So everybody's got a fucking hop boner in the brewing industry. It's kind of ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, I like a good hop as much as the next guy. I'm partial to Cascade, but fuck. Anyway, this is Grandpa's recipe. As I just read it off to you, 6 gallons of water, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, screwed that up. Put in 5 gallons of water. So instead of being like a 5% lighter golden ale, it's about 8.2. So the next batch, I'll get the extra gallon in there. We'll get her home. Is a little strong. But really, I mean, once I'm going to adjust the hop additions too. I just kind of dumped them all into the front end of the boil. Next time I'm going to 1/4 ounce of hop every 20 minutes with a 1/4 ounce going in at flame out. And that's actually, I'll add most of the malt at flame out. And apparently that's a technique that's better for small batch brewers so you don't burn your fucking malt to the bottom of your pan. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a demonstration, right? So I was planning on, I don't know, I had like a whole big thing I was going to do with this episode, but I've lost all whatever. I lost it. I don't care. So I'll give you a beer demo. I mean, look at it. Oh, man. And if anything, I could definitely say that this batch was well carbonated. And the last one I opened, jeez, it was still going ape scat on the carbonation. Look at that, pretty clear. Oh, look at that. That's a commercial pour. Yep, clear, fairly light. I mean, it's not overly bitter. Even with all the hops going into the front end of the boil on this one, it's pretty alcohol-y, actually. But yeah, you can see it's carbonated shitless. It's going nuts. So it turned out pretty good, even using white sugar, which they said I tried to clone it. So he said, well, white sugar is what he probably would have used. We went with Cascade hops because they said that's indigenous to the region. And I said, well, he probably would have got hops from a fucking farmer he knew. And they said, yeah, okay, well, back in the 60s, Wisconsin it probably would have been Cascade. Done deal. So I got the good vacuum sealed, more fresh hops, not the compressed pellets. So yeah, a little better ingredients. The next batch will be spot on. I'm gonna nail it. But I guess as long as I'm, oh yeah, shit in the bottom. I just muddied it all up. Oh well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna drink it at 8.2, which I probably shouldn't at this point in the night. I'm getting old. I mean, fuck. I already had 2 mojitos, one of these. I had a new Glarus beer that I was actually gonna do an episode on just to demonstrate that beer, but these are going down pretty good. So I think we'll have one more County K Ale, as I named it. I threw a bunch of names out there. Grandpa's name was Ken, so I was going with somebody threw out Ken's County K Ale. That's just too much alliteration for me. And I thought about just going with Kenny. I was just gonna name it Kenny, but that's not enough. So I settled in County K Ale because I believe that's the house they lived on County K when he was brewing this beer. And then I thought about when I put it on my calendar. I have a brewing calendar so I can keep track. But when I wrote on my calendar, I was just calling it Gramps. So I thought about that. I thought I'll just name it Gramps. And then when we cleaned out Grandma's freezer, I got a bunch of blueberries and random weird frozen fruit. So I was gonna do a batch like this and call it Gramps, then do an identical batch with the blueberries, and have Grandma and Grandpa on the beers. But I thought that'd be short because I only got 2 bags of her blueberries, so maybe we'll do a short run brew on those. But anyway, I digress, as I say far too often on this show. If you've watched the show at all, you've probably seen the red tie-dye. Before it was a little tight on me, but it's fitting all right now. I still catch grief from the kid, especially when I wear. I don't give a shit. Dad, you can't wear that. Like, I can't wear that out in public. Like, please, I'll throw my fucking balls out and walk down the street. I don't care. If somebody's got a problem, tell them not to look at my balls, because I don't have a problem. But yeah, so I caught some flack about wearing the shirt. And the way the shirt ties in is we actually cleaning out another house of an elderly borderline hoarder is where I got this shirt. Yeah, that's pretty alcohol-y. I said not overly bitter, fairly light. I said when I get another gallon of water in there, supposed to make 2.5 cases. It came out to 2 cases, so there's a 12-pack lost in the wash. It was like we took the extra alcohol from that 12-pack and just spread it out between 2 cases. So, I mean, you do the math. But anyway, yeah, cleaning out somebody else's house, I found this shirt. I said it caught a bunch of grief for wearing it. I don't care. I do what I want. But we were having a garage sale at the same house a month or so ago, and there's 2 people there, and there was like an old console stereo, which I'm a big fan of. You can see around here, I think I have 2 down here, 1 in the garage. I got a problem. I don't know what to tell you. But there's an old console stereo, minus the stereo. It was just a console with a flip top. It was actually really cool. Nice piece of furniture. One of my consoles is nothing but, yeah, I just display my records on it, really. It's not for anything else. But yeah, there's a gutted console, and I had a couple of bucks on it. And there's a lady and her daughter who must have been probably about ready to go to college, and they're looking, oh, I don't know, well, what do you think? Oh, I think I can put my TV on here. And I heard them, and I walked by, and I said, whatever that is, take $1 off it. It's yours. Oh, really? Like, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Take $1 off. Well, apparently it was at $2, so 50% off. That's how you move shit right there. That's motivated salesmanship. But yeah, knocked $1 off. They took it. I was like, shit, I'll help you load it in your car. You want that? I want this. Either I'm going to carry it to your car or I'm carrying it to the curb. one way or another, I'm carrying it. You fucking use it, it's yours. Get it out of here. So I'm taking it to their car, and they apparently knew the guy that lived in the house that we were cleaning out, and asked how he was doing. You know, I gave him the whole update, and oh yeah, you know, old Gene, you know, and this just kills me. The girl says, yeah, because Gene was kind of like a king of the jackasses, you know, like an old man who will say anything. That was him. So she said, well, we know we used to live right that house right over there, 2 houses down. Like, oh well, shit, you know him. She said, yeah, well, one time when we were younger, we were making tie-dyed shirts. And we're out in the walkway, you know, sidewalk doing it, and Gene's sitting over there, why didn't you make me one? You know, he didn't really want one. He's just giving a bunch of kids some shit, because, you know, that's what an old guy does. So she said, well, the next time we made tie-dyed shirts, we made one for Gene and took it to him. I looked at her and said, that wouldn't happen to be red, would it? I don't know, maybe. Mom, that shirt we made for Gene, was that red? She's like, yeah, I think it was a reddish shirt. Well, that's funny. I found the fucking thing. Oh, really? You found it? I found it, took it home, wear it. I wear it around. Like, I have that shirt. Like, no way. Like, yeah, you know, that's my red tie-dyed shirt. I wear it on football Sundays, and my fantasy football team's red. I complete the deal. So, it's like, fuck, now my shirt's got a backstory. My shirt's got a kick-ass killer backstory. Now nobody can give me grief about wearing a too small tie-dyed shirt around because it's got a sweet-ass backstory. Just like my beer. You can't beat a good fucking backstory. And this beer and this shirt both has one. So, I'm going to sit here and revel in the nostalgia of beer and shirt. So, for Drinks with Ron, County K Ale, and my too small tie-dyed shirt, I'm Ron, signing off.